Struggling in Pokemon Unite? Yep, we've all been there. If you are playing ranked from beginner to master, here are some tips that you may find useful. After selecting your character, pick a lane or path that you would like to go. Go to Battle Prep and set path, that way your teammates will know who's going where. Ideally, you would have 2 Pokemon on top, 2 on bottom, 1 central. But if it doesn't go well, just adjust. If you've committed to changing lanes, stick to it and let the other players who may not have picked a lane in the prep stage scoot over to the other lane instead. Don't linger or go too deep. It isn't a good idea to try to eliminate the enemy in their own goal, where you're not making too much progress. 1. Your damage output may not be enough. 2. Check the map. The opponents weren't around while that was happening, but it only takes a few seconds for them to come and take you out. Depending on the Pokemon you're playing, try to play within your range and know the limits. On top, we see Wigglytuff, who could put you to sleep, and Talonflame, who can deal burst damage. Check the map to see where the rest of the enemy is, engage as much as you can. You can see my health is enough for 1 Talonflame burst or Wiggly Sleep and Dazzling Gleam, and I don't see the other teammates in the map, so I attack within my range and back off here. Sometimes you'll find yourself against multiple opponents in your lane. Attack from a safe distance, and if you know you'll get too overwhelmed, don't stay in the goal area and actually fall back. Here though, since opponents are level 3 to 4, I can still burst them for damage and shoo them away. There will be times their 2 Pokemon in lane will be stronger than your combo, so farm within your range, don't go too deep, and try to stay alive. If you or your ally keeps dying in the lane, the opponents will actually get more XP and more levels, thus will be able to overpower you very quickly. A common remark I hear from other players is, why do we lose when we 3v1 them? Part of the answer is levels. At the bottom lane, Dreadnought is a Pokemon that spawns 7 minutes into the game, and you're given a 30-second timer before it spawns in. If you're at the top lane, try to clear the bees as fast as you can to get to at least level 6, higher is better, then abandon the top lane. Yep, you heard it right. Abandon the top lane, because Dreadnought is a level 20 Pokemon and if defeated gives you a small shield, and even with Halloween patch gives you experience which could give you early access to your Unite move before your opponents do. Try to get Dreadnought every time it spawns and not just the first time it spawns in. Not only could we have access to our Unite move, but our base stats will be bigger than our opponents if we have a level advantage, making it easier to defeat your opponents 1v1, or with the help of the Unite move could wipe the entire opposing team out. You might be frustrated when the rest of the team doesn't help out with Dreadnought. See if you can do it yourself, or if the opponents are there, gauge if you can steal it instead. Otherwise, don't go for it, just keep farming. I wanted to go back to this clip where I was trying to score but I wasn't able to because the Ivysaur disrupted my scoring. When you can't score, don't force it. Eliminate your opponents first, especially if you defeated Dreadnought and have access to your Unite move. When it comes to using your Unite move, try to maximize the value of your Unite move if you need to KO a high level opposing Pokemon, or if it's in a team fight, that would be good. Whether the game has just started or you're in the middle of it, farm as much as you can when the objectives are down, objectives being Dreadnought and Rotom. What some players forget is the middle spawns in mobs you can farm, which spawns every minute, to try to eliminate these. When you lose the first goal in either bottom or top lane, you gain access to more Audinos, hence you can farm more experience. Remember when you had to abandon top lane? If your opponents manage to take out top lane for you, then you have access to more Audinos as well. Farm those for experience. One last tip when it comes to farming, if you have a choice between the Audinos or the Corphish in the middle, go for the Audinos instead because they are higher level. Okay, this is a lot of information to unpack, so replay this part if you have to. There are some things you should do before Zapdos spawns in. Save your Unite move for Zapdos fights. If it's already 3 minutes and 30 seconds, try to save your Unite move. You can see me here farming for bees, trying to get to level 15. Bees also help you get your Unite move faster, so farm those if your Unite move is still on cooldown. Get the highest level you can before Zapdos spawns in. It's very fluid when it comes to Zapdos fights. If you're in the lead, you have to defend Zapdos, defend your goals, eliminate the opponents trying to do Zapdos, maybe eliminate Zapdos so you can score more only after eliminating the opponents or if they don't go for Zapdos. If you're behind, by a lot, then you pretty much have to do Zapdos. We were ahead in this game, so the opposing team went for Zapdos. I eliminated Ninetales and Slowbro, but my positioning was kind of awkward, so I lost to Gengar. Now it might look grim, but we do have 3 people on Zapdos versus their 2. On our team on the left, you can see Venusaur, in the middle you have Greninja and Zeraora, which you can barely see, and on top the opposing Greninja, and on the right, Crustle. We have a higher chance of defeating Zapdos, plus because we went for Dreadnought several times, we are at a higher level advantage, so our chances of getting Zapdos are pretty high here. There are many things we didn't talk about in this video, such as what about Rotom, positioning, how to check maps, when to move cameras, what about Central Lane, and with the Halloween patch Zapdos nerf, can you still win or lose with Zapdos? I'll cover these in future videos, and I am on Twitch, so if you want to hop in and play, find me there. My Discord is also in the description below if you want to add me. I have no server, but I do have a Discord. Hope this helps, and I hope you get to Masters soon. Berries for everybody. Come on. FPS drop to 20.